I think recovery is an endless journey of just trying to become a better person. The first time I ever went to jail, I was pregnant, and back then I was in my addiction. I was addicted to heroin, and when I went to jail, they completely detoxed me cold turkey, even though the hospital had said she needs to stay on methadone. Back then, there was a lot of stigma. Doctors would tell you have to get off your MAT, which is medicated assisted treatment. When I was pregnant and I was trying to get on MAT, it was really hard and wasn't taken seriously. I'd go to a hospital and they'd be like, well, we'll make you an appointment. And I need an appointment now when you're in addiction. It's not like I'm ready now. You can't put somebody off when they're full-blown addiction. They might not make it back. Many years while I was in my addiction, dealing with the healthcare system has been very trying. You don't feel like your opinion's heard. It's caused a lot of trauma in my past, trying to put you in a box. I've had times, again, when I was pregnant, I was actually in recovery with my youngest son. He's 6. And they induced my labor, then they stopped it, and the doctor just put me on the back burner and took everybody else. They just kind of didn't take me seriously. MAT is so important because it literally changed everything for me. I've went from homeless to homeowner. When I first started getting into recovery, there was only one methadone clinic in Cincinnati, and the other one was in Indiana. Suboxone wasn't there. It was just really thin, and nobody really cared. I was in a domestic violence situation, and I was in a shelter, and I was breastfeeding my newborn, and they called CPS on me because I was breastfeeding my newborn and I was on MAT, and county came in and they took my kid and made me go to an inpatient rehab, even though I literally had nothing else in my system. And when I was in that rehab, they made me come off of methadone, and I promptly relapsed because I wasn't ready, and I might not ever be ready, and that's okay. Everything is changing right now around the stigma and how people are treated, and, they're just now realizing that, the way we were doing things isn't working. People are dying. People do need to stay on MAT, and that it is a reputable source of recovery. They are more patient-centered treatments. Instead of treating the addiction, they treat the person. You're looking at other stuff like housing, clothing. Do they have transportation to get to doctor's appointments? And that's really important. It's so important to have, that harm reduction piece in the recovery system. Harm reduction is the needle exchange van, having clean cookers and cottons, even gloves, Narcan. At one point, I had saved 4 different people at McDonald's using Narcan and CPR. We want to keep the substance user alive until they can find their path to recovery.